All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today we get a special guest when Mr. Bakarr Bundu, as we call him. Mr. Bakarr Bundu na in the president, the current president of Minnesota chapter for the APC party, and he also be na in the campaign manager for the Suphian, Kallokoh, and Kebbie Turay, then campaign for the chairmanship of the APC USA. As we all know, a lot of people they just focus on the politics within the APC in Freetown. But I just want to tell you, say here in the United States, as the politics in Freetown, they gear up, the same thing they happen the USA, because the USA is the largest branch now, the diaspora for the APC. And so I just want to make them very clear to we viewers then say, this interview we they can do so. Now the campaign manager now, Mr. Bakarr Bundu, and I try for contact the campaign for Joseph Kamara and Patrick Pierce for let themselves be part of the interview, but then decline for be part of the interview. Hopefully, in the near future, then we're able for realize and come back for make we able ask them questions about what's in them plan for do when if at all then get for be victorious now the next coming election for the chairmanship of the APC USA. And before I go further, let me just try for send out some of the. Let me just try send the link to we viewers them so that then go able for follow up. Let me just do it quickly. I will send this to let me bring in we guest Mr. Bakarr Bundu. Thank you very much for Canada program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mankota, for having me.
So they send this link to the campaign the forum. Is it okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, I don't send on this. So hopefully the supporters of Suphian Kallokoh Kebbie Turay go able for watch what will they do. Now let me get something very clear here. I know say we not get any dated for the upcoming convention at the APC USA, correct?
Yes, sir.
So this not just a campaign preparation in case a date is announced, so that when a campaign we don't reach out to the people, them the APC APC USA member. Now tell the viewers about you in the first place, then we will go to the campaign.
Well, I mean, thank you, Dr. Mankota. Thank you, viewers. Thank you to the co-host them. Well, as you rightfully say, I mean, Bakarr Bundu, currently living in Minnesota, and I mean, the current president of the APC USA, Minnesota, Iowa, and North Dakota. These are three states that we combined for Form 1 chapter. And we actually look up to another state we be very close to. We win at Wisconsin. We don't express the interest. See, then get few members them around the way go on for be part of the APC family. And as I say, I did here with my wife and me picking them. I don't dey na the APC party for the whole of my life. I mean, I lifelong, I mean, APC member. I don't start all the way from school days up to the time where I go to Holland. I go school in Holland and come back to America here and continue. Also, I start. So presently, I mean, I get a very, very important task. Waiting for make sure say I try for use all my experience and my skills where I don't gain all these years for get I mean Suphian, Dr. Suphian Kallokoh and former President Kebbie Turay elected na APC USA. So in short, I could just say me na the campaign manager for the purpose of this program, me na the campaign manager of the Suphian and Kebbie campaign. Thank you.
Yeah, and I know say thank you very much. I know say for some of you they follow the campaign. They do a very great job, and personally, I'm not surprised because I don't know you for some time now, and I know say you not somebody way when it comes to the APC, you're very very consistent and very very focused. Now tell me about the campaign. How the campaign they go?
Well, so far the campaign they go extremely well. The campaign don't start over 2 years ago, just as you start the program. I mean, we know they wait until we get a date for election when you run a campaign. You therefore start them way ahead of time. And like me, find myself very fortunate, honestly, for get I mean then two great gentlemen there. So forget me as the campaign manager. I seen a blessing to me because when you look at I mean the resume and the experience of them two candidates there, so they make my job very easy. And when they ask me for make a take this position here, so it take me almost 3 months for accept the role as a campaign manager because I know what I stand for, and as you rightfully say, don't build up my reputation and my integrity and credibility in this branch to a point that I don't just want to jump into anything where somebody they offer me. So we decide, say, you know what, when I give me small chance, make I do a research. And what thing I do is, unbeknown to them, I go behind them back and make sure, say, I talk to a lot of people in the various communities then. And the feedback was very positive. I even go to the extent talk to their spouse for ask say if they get the blessing of their spouses them because we don't find them very interesting in some areas wherein people they come for aspire for certain position but they don't get the support of their spouse, and that can be a problem for them. So with all that, I decided to say yes. I give them an answer, and from that day, I come together with a few people them way very experienced and like-minded people and where I know say themselves get integrity, themselves believe in all the good things about APC and form a team where we call a campaign team. I get a caucus, I got a PR team where the former vice chairman of this branch, when the first president of New England chapter, Comrade Sally Content, I head that team there. I get a strategic team, I get a financial committee where they all then at the side they work with me side by side for move this campaign. But so far, I mean the campaign they go very well.
So let's try and talk about the atmosphere in the campaign between the two main campaign teams, the way they go on. I just want to play one very important message where you candidates when Suphian Kallokoh, when I the chairman candidate for the Suphian Kebbie team. And before I play that, I just want for make a background so that people when they watch them will able to understand what are they trying to talk about here. Um, Quite recently, we've been to see some kind of back and forth within the APC forums them where the two campaign they go back and forth, and it came to a time when personal attacks been they go on, and for people like we when senior members then at the APCUSA, we get for admonish people then say, you know what, this is now internal fights, now internal politics, not to fight in fact. All what you need for do is sell your candidates for so that your candidate people then go able to buy your candidates. What your candidates supposed for do, but for go after somebody in personal uh, 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 family, it's beyond the scope of the APCUSA politics. And specifically, the one audio or multiple audio, because I see multiple audio where they go, where they attack you candidates who can Kallokoh the same, not to person we care about in family. So we see this reprehensible behavior. And Suphian Kallokoh, surprisingly, he come out publicly and can admonish members then supporters them for make them not retaliate and do so. Let we play the clip quick and we'll go from there. Let me just play this.
Farm them. This na una brother Suphian Kallokoh. I dey come to una on behalf of me and my brother Kebbie Turay. This Sunday, December 12th, with a message. Yesterday, two people reached out to we for tell we about waiting they go on na social media, but the campaign na the USA, and then tell we say the tension very high and some of the exchanges not good. For that, I want to tell two people plenty thank you. First, my comrade Mukhtar Ba, when at the Secretary General of the New Jersey chapter, and two, the Honorable Aissata Kabia, self reached out to me yesterday afternoon, and we promised and say we will do something. Me and my brother, we get together with the campaign team, and we talk to all of the people with the help with this campaign. We understand, say it difficult for see or hear somebody write or talk bad, but the person we believe in, me or Kebbie. Especially because some of the people where they out there they fight for we, now we own family members, and it's difficult for them. But we dey tell una for stop, and we dey tell una say, if you tell person bad word for we, if you curse person for we, if you attack somebody for we not accept them. You know they help we, not to that one day we want. In fact, waiting we afraid the most. Now for let we win, and then we inherit a divided branch. We don't want that at all. Do ya with the big una? We don't talk na secret yesterday, now at the address una in public. Do ya una not do that? Because the day after the election, we all get for come back together and be comrades and be brother and sister. I know how una feel, but una no worry about that. Both waiting person say na social media not to define Kebbie. Waiting person write na social media not to define me. The people the way we they talk to with comrades na the APC USA na grown-ups, then get sense. They understand say then thing can happen na politics. We no need for respond to any of them. Una tell we story the same way we don't tell them for 2 years. Now only 5 things that we want for do. We want for raise money, expand membership, lobby the international system, open doors for we company them, and finally unite the APC. This last 1 year, so I don't always tell when I say 9 are the most important to we, because all the other 14 then depend on this one. And it's really important to we. And for let we preserve the chance for let we come back together, we need for campaign like a grown-ups. Do ya with a beg for let nobody no attack anybody on we own behalf. Una no worry about waiting person say about me, important. Now to we brother them Joseph Kamara and Patrick Pierce, we want for tell una this. Una no say we believe strongly say me and Kebbie na the better choice, but we respect for una no ever shake. We know say una hearts they na the right place, and we are two hearts they na the exact same place. We like APC, we like Salon, we like the people, we like unity. Let God bless we all. Let God bless the APC, and now go and campaign like for say we like APC. Una thank you. Let God bless you all.
All right. So you been there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you say about the character or the personality, the integrity of your candidate, based on what you hear? So.
Well, this now one party thing in this way we don't preach all along from the start of this campaign. Say there are times we can do so many things, but the best person for talk about himself, not the person. And this now him we dey expect say when things like this they happen, you expect, I mean, a leader for come out and say, you know what, this is what I believe in. And as he rightfully say, right when he get the message, he call me, he call Kebbie, we summon an emergency meeting with the PR team. We get a closed door meeting with them, and they all agree, and they all give a blessing, say make him go ahead and make this video. And prior to that, just for show, I mean, the leadership, we feel say, I mean, this will be like a collective effort between the two camps. Then
Yeah.
a camp says, okay, in their own reach out to Joseph, with vice chairman, when are the other candidates, for make at least the ultimate for come out with a joint statement where will be very, very, very good, will show a sign of unity amongst we all. It's about, I mean, Joseph no respond. So we say, well, I mean, you can't wait further for wait say he come back. I mean, you can go ahead and do what you get for do. But as you rightfully say, this don't show the entire people the kind of person way we deal with. Say if una entrust Suphian with the leadership of this branch, he will wake up every now and then for work for una and make sure say he look after the interest of not only him team but for the entire APC USA. And this is not just an example where it just don't show in this video.
Yeah. So I was very, amazed with that type of character. When they say leadership, it is not the time when this day, now they show say you're not a good leader. Now when there is chaos, there is some kind of commotion. That day you didn't know who is a leader, and Suphian Kallokoh just show the entire membership of the APC say yes, indeed, he is a leader. And he come out and give this where the insults actually directed on towards him. And if not somebody want to leader, what they do, they go instigate in what they call the una. Me no they go, but una go attack. But he come out publicly and tell him, and people then say, they need for stop. And I also send a message to Joseph Kamara and Patrick Pierce. I see some release, but the release, unfortunately, it's more of a blame than actually trying for calm down the situation. And it was actually disappointing to me. But I just say, you know what? It is what it is. The people of this branch, the members of this branch, get the opportunity for take a look at the two camp and try for decide. Because to be honest with you, the branch actually need a leader where they unite with, especially when we are at this juncture where we already the power very, very fractured. So a leader we very unifying that we need. So now tell me about the leader in personal life. What I mean political life. Let's start with Suphian Kallokoh.
Well, I mean, to start with, I mean, Suphian born inside the APC, and as you don't already see a lot of pictures, flyers, them when they come out about, I mean, a family circle, each and every one of them, now APC member, and a very, very influential family. Most people they don't ask me personal questions them about, oh, why is it that we get, I mean, the Kallokohs them all over APC. I say, well, I mean, we even here in the United States, we get, I mean, the Kennedys, we get the Bushes them, we dominate, I mean, the Republicans. So I don't see, say, I mean, anything strange. It's just like each and every one of them get a passion and qualify for be whatever they want for be, but they are not running for the same position. So that just make that clear, because I mean, then questions when they don't come up more often. But coming to Suphian, somebody we, if you go back and read, I mean, right from school days, people and we don't know him personally can tell you, say, Suphian is somebody we very, very humble, somebody we honest, somebody we truthful, you know, they tell lies, right from where he's small. And you don't exhibit all the traits and they when he become, I mean, the president of APC Carolina chapter. But prior to that, we all don't know, say, I mean, Suphian don't be president of the FBC Student Union of Sierra Leone, and accommodate without any doubt, I mean, one of the best ever where FBC don't get. And besides, when he come back here, you get somebody where come out a chapter where most people normally if you say, I mean, that chapter they be for the Usa Idele today. So, but because of the leadership where you don't get from school days, college, and everything, and able to revive that chapter day again, all this na sign of leadership where you don't exhibit for sure. Say, I mean, coming to this position now, say in one run for the branch chairmanship, you don't acquire a lot of experience, a lot of experience from all them previous positions in the way you don't hold. And academically, I mean, I cannot say much about Suphian. Everybody, but that make at this point in time, tell me team say, you know what, we should be doing less work now. Let me just make sure say we portray we candidates with in your messages them, put out in videos, put out in messages them out. At least that one they go able for ease some of the problems the way we get from people them, and it will answer most of the questions them. But as I say, I've been Sufyan a very, very humble, charismatic, and down to earth person. Where it not necessarily mean say way because he learned so much book. Now the kind of person where it's very, very, very difficult for come across. No. Anytime you call Sufyan, he's ready for answer you, ready for answer you problem and work with you. So as for me personally, and for all the people that we know him, they know saying as somebody we they will able to work with and make this branch here so the better for we all and for the APC in Africa.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. We come to Kebbie to your profile, but let me just say something quickly to reviewers them. If you get any comments, no hesitate for put the comment. Would they see all the comments we people and they put right now? We go read them comment then they on the air. So just put your comment where you want for put, and we'll go read them. If you want for make a follow up, we'll be able to give you chance for make a follow up in your comment section. One of the things we very important now the APC USA branch right now is something we call credibility. We all know when this branch started, the most powerful branch in the diaspora. We all know that when then they say the diaspora, all other branches that then they look up to it. Today, we have a problem even for talk on behalf of the diaspora. Now, places like Britain, where they only get two chapters, one in the UK and one in Ireland. And any leader where they come right now for some of we don't struggle so much for this branch, don't fight so much for this branch. The character, the characteristics, the attributes of that leader, on top of everything, credibility, because we get for rebuild with credibility. And I remember at one time when there was a problem within the branch where the chapter president or the former a committee for investigate, Suphian Kallokoh in actions towards that investigation, they make people like we so realizing this is a very credible candidate. Now, and we try to invite Joseph Kamara. They're not giving no response. So I just want to make and clear to reviewers them, especially the one that we just they come in. For say we invite the two side, then why then give him okay. And this not just one of the two interviews then we don't schedule. This not the campaign manager. After this, we schedule another interview for the actual candidate when Suphian Kallokoh and Kebbie Turay, they all two they get for dinner for tell you more about waiting than campaign manager they tell you. So tell me a little bit about Kebbie Turay.
Well, I mean, Kebbie Turay, as we all know, this now the former president of Philadelphia chapter for almost 9 years. And prior to that, in somebody way don't they serve this branch in various capacities there. And when you look at Kebbie Turay, I mean working with Kebbie Turay from all aspects of life, this is not somebody where you don't serve as a teacher at St. Edward's Secondary School after when come out July University College. They come here and within, a family circle, everybody can attest to all the good things that we don't do towards the family. You don't say them several times, not that it a brag or you want to make them public of the good things that we don't do, but you can always want to remind people of in character and the things that we in value mostly. So with all the experience where Kebbie don't get na Philadelphia as president, we they not be even one for left. We all know say mostly na under normal circumstances, somebody go run for 2 terms. But for him, they continuously they elect him until they say, no, it's enough. Make I give somebody else an opportunity for making self show. So these are some of the things that we you look at some a person where don't show high level of character and integrity, and all that time that they don't have, there is not a single time when anybody points finger at them say, oh, Kebbie misappropriates any money from within the chapter or anywhere else. So these are some of the things that we, as you rightfully say, we really look up to and forget, the right people, they will say, whatever we do on the right way. So in short, as I say, Kebbie a leader, we don't serve the APC for a very long time, and it come with a very, 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 very high wealth of experience in terms of leadership. As I say, with regards to credibility, transparency, and accountability, is one of the best.
And the video we will play where Dr. Suphian Kallokoh pull out, the last thing we say, he talk about recruiting more members towards the branch,
Hello?
which is, yeah, you hear me? You hear me? You hear me? All right.
I
You
hear
hear me?
you.
Okay. Sorry.
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So what have been the time for talk about? I said the video will play the last statement where Dr. Suphian Kallokoh say, he talk about recruitment of new members, and we all know him when a party did in the opposition. You hear it? All right, hold on. Let me see if now the battery. Let me just change. You hear me? Oh. Hold on, guys. I don't know if the battery. Just give me one chance. Let me just do a quick change. You hear me? You hear me now? All right, you hear me? Okay, it's Alex say we get some audio problem between me and okay I think now in internet now the problem, and I will wait and call when he come back. So I think now in your internet now the problem. So let me just. All right, as we all know, we guess in internet get problem, so it go try for logging back and see how it go able can. I've been fixing na me audio. Do ya una way they watch, if una dey hear me, una just put comments here, yes, una dey hear me loud and clear, so that I go no say not to me na the problem na in your internet. It don't go off right now. Hopefully it go able to come back. So what would have been the time for talk about here about the APC USA politics? Here is a situation we are in. Okay, thank you very much, Amotunde Blyden. Here is a situation where the APC in general get a very, very fractured, membership. And now something where they happen in any politics where a party, yes, thank you very much, Salu. A party common na power, there is always going to be this chaotic situation, and a day leadership come. I remember the APC USA, you've been get a lot of people, they were very, very enthusiastic. Then they come, we are the APC members, them, we are APC NA, we are APC USA, then the bulldoze other people, them say, oh, no, this is not the APC. Waiting can happen when. Okay, let me. I don't know. We guess in internet. I think it's down. Let me just text them back for make sure say, it come back. Um, all right. All right, so I don't text Sam for say that he able with them. I think my internet now in the problem. So we dey see this enthusiastic behavior on people when the a party in a power. Everybody they come in and they try for proof say yes. Them na the na the real members of that political party. It happened at the APC when we been in at the APC within a power. A lot of people then they want for proof say they are the real APC members. Them and what happened the very day when the APC lost power. Remember the very day. Okay, all right. Bakarr Bundu don't come back. All right, I think Bakarr Bundu, thank you very much for coming back. I think now you. Yeah, now your internet now being a problem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've been trying to talk about, we know say whenever a political party come on a power, there is always going to be this chaotic movement wherein everybody, some people then they blame each other, some people then they do this, some people then they disappear, and it happened at the APC generally. I remember the time when we've been in a power, a lot of people they see a lot of people then they come. We are the real APC. Then they try for proof say yes, they are not real APC them. The very day where they announce the results, now you begin see some of them people then they will be the tell we say then are the real APC them, then begin delete themselves now the APC. Um, um, uh, okay, let me bring in Bakarr again. So the very day where they announce the election, I see begin see some of them people then they delete themselves from APC forums them. And all right, you steady now?
Yeah, Mr. Sorry.
So this what I dey try for talk. I dey try for tell people then say there's always this temporary chaotic movement when a political party come on a power. Now it is important that the leaders of them political party then they make sure they hold the members them, the genuine members them, together and also try for recruits. And one of the things where Dr. Suphian Kallokoh say is the recruitment, which is very, very important. So how if Suphian Kebbie Turay then can power, how then go able to recruit people them, especially in this kind of situation with this one?
Well, I mean, one thing where I want for assure you, Mankota, now the fact say, I mean, people, when you look at the things where they happen currently in Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone and the diaspora, they really, really determined this time for make sure say them get involved, because there is no way where anything will happen positively in Sierra Leone without the APC. And with that belief, now it get for being very, very easy sell. All we need for do is now the commitment, determination, and willingness for travel across, I mean, the various chapters them, reach out to the various people them, the communities them, and engage the chapter president them personally and openly for make sure say make them open the chapters them to areas them who say chapters do not exist currently. And besides, we not just get for do them too remotely, we get for make sure say they visit each and every of the chapters then they for engaging people and they not only the one that we currently the APC, but the one that we did at the side, the one that will be done left. And as you say, even here in Minnesota here, we get a lot of people that will be left for one or two reasons. And some of them don't show a lot of willingness for come back. So now what they look at, they just want to see a credible leader, somebody where they feel they go trust with everything where they know say if it's him up, it will represent them very well. And if they give them the money, it will able do waiting and send them for make it do. So that's all. I mean, get for be an easy way, but in order for be somewhere outside, we will just sit on one side They therefore move around at the various chapters them and make sure so that's happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a very good answer. Let me go to the comment section. Let me start with George Owell. George Owell has just said, hi, Dr. Mankota. And Cheryl Omotunde Blyden say, good evening. And he also say, my son is in Minnesota. How can he register with you?
I'm currently, I'm not just the one the campaign, me the president, Minnesota here. My number na 763-438-6459. You ask anybody, and I'm not just involved in politics here. Me na the Secretary General of the oldest Sierra Leone organization, Minnesota here. I involved in various community activities. You ask anybody for Bakarr Bundu, they will give me number. If you want for make I reach you, I will reach you. And currently, as I talk now the APC office that are at this so. We are the only chapter that the entire United States we get an office from 2015 up to date. And you see the background. So I just want to make you know say this now a very, very good chapter. You begin will be proud for being a member of this chapter.
All right, thank you very much. And Sally Conte, we happen for be one of the surrogates for the Suphian Kallokoh. Say bravo, President Bakarr Bundu, the Suphian Kebbie campaign manager. And he also say we are still waiting for a response from the Joseph Kamara and Patrick Pierce campaign team. And waiting Sally they try for talk about is the video where Suphian Kallokoh pull out for try for tamp down the tension between the two camps them. You know whether they don't actually come up with any substantial response?
Well, so far, waiting me see a statement from my small brother Alke come up with a statement on behalf of the campaign. And I read it actually similar to waiting, Dr. Suphian said, the old videos Dr. Suphian made, but we'd expect say at least info come from someone higher than Alke. We are not say, instead they do a very good job for them in their own way. But we'd expect say, either of them, either the two leaders them or the campaign manager, before come up with a similar thing.
Yeah, definitely, because this is very important. Like they say, the leader get for come out and issue out a statement. Let people then see him. Let them people then know say yes. This leader na leader way if at all he get for be leader of the branch, he go able for unify the party. So yes, Alke they do a good job for come up with a release, but I think the most important thing, the leader is very, very important for make them see in face. And Sally also say leadership comes with decency. I think the attack now they talk about. He said the Suphian Kebbie campaign team is ready to bring transparency, accountability, and development in the APC USA branch. Wow, sound like say Sally really, really they on fire. They say, Dr. Mankota, can you put the release out so that they didn't see it will read it? They talk about the release for I don't know if I get it again. I think I go try for look for them. I read a little bit of that they talk about Alike in release. He also say Dr. Suphian Kallokoh and President Kebbie Turay will back decency to the APC USA. And Cheryl Tona, I don't know what's in this at FIBA like say Vash Czech. I don't know whether Russian or what it. All right, Suphian Kallokoh. Wow. Man, I am so proud of our campaign manager. Best decision we ever made. You get anything for say about your boss in comment?
Well, I just humble and very, very privileged for the opportunity where you give me for run your campaign. I can't ask for anything better in the APC than what they do right now for you. I'm really, really grateful that you give me this opportunity, and thank you very much to you and Kebbie.
Yeah, definitely, they do a very good job. When I get for run, probably you will be one of the the candidate for my campaign management team. Definitely.
Thank you.
Okay. Sally Conte says President Kebbie Turay is a man with a clean character. Yeah, we know Kebbie Turay now. This I did try to talk about even when people then they go back and forth. A lot of people they will know people like we, so they understand say when it comes to stubbornness and for stand straight forward, we are the main people then for the APC USA branch because we don't fight so much for this branch here. And I know say the tension way right now they go on, not to tension compared to waiting be the happy. Mr. Manager.
I know, and I get something I just want to reference, Mankota. This is something I read from an open letter to the chairman of APC party. And this was written by you.
Yep.
20, on May 25th, 2013.
Yep.
And one part in the way I like to say, Mr. President, the disunity, chaos, and confusion is embroiling the APC North American branch is nothing but a manufactured tendency by the leadership of the branch and few folks who believe they can benefit from the chaotic situation. And this now the same thing we see right now. So I do a research on them and I check on a print them out and say I will bring them to your attention. Say this is not in the app right now. You get a candidates will not get anything substantial for say, other than for fan ways, for create chaos, not a branch, so that it will get attention, people then will see or try to gain sympathy from the heavy artilleries where they come up from the PR team. So now all that they make, we all just looked here, with the experience of Dr. Suphian and the people that we intervene, say, you know what, let we just focus with energy on positive campaigning. Let we not put all the energy on negativity. Let we just, so that's I say, well, like how you say, this, you will not be one of the people that we stand firm during the incident. And you go further, say, you say, during the convention, we saw democracy at work and maturity of those who were entrusted to conduct the elections. And the happy moods and peaceful atmosphere of its members were breathtaking. And then you can say, well, you may want to ask why the unity display during the convention did not live long, right? The answer lies on a very simple factor: corruption by the new administration and lack of respect for the rule of law.
Yep. And this was in 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
So I went, I did, I research on it. As waiting to go on right now, not exactly what's to be happening this then in the happen right now. And then they will not be get waiting that people will not be the student thing in there. Now because we will not be get WhatsApp where you send message today and send it today. This is an article where we go through emails, then we go back and forth to Google. And so I go out and print them out and say, you know what, I will reference this and say we don't learn from this one. So say this current chaos here, so if we continue, it will be a disadvantage to we, because we the help for sell out with opponent, we don't get any message.
Yeah.
We don't get any message. So we they stay on the positive line and we ask for unity, because we know say, with unity, we can able to achieve everything. And we not just want unity amongst ourselves, now we don't come, but we want to extend them to all the body in the branch to make we come together and move this branch forward.
Yeah, definitely. Now that make when I've been calm now, I think bridging the path, where they see the back and forth and all this nonsense will be the go on. Where I come, I think Kebbie they try for attack my sister when the president of Washington. He want for attack me. I just look at the person and say, "Wow, boy, we don't change, man. We don't grow up. More than man, you get for grow up. There are times when you get for reach certain stage, you know, want for go down again. A very very important. But I think say the best way we'll be able for effect changing at the APC USA now unity first. Now the most important. If we get unity, everything else they fall together. But unity very very important. I still call on. The other side when Joseph Kamara and party and now very decent people. Joseph Kamara a very decent person. Patrick Pierce, I get high respect for him. In fact, he been call me then this year. I not been get chance for returning call no more. Because I left message for him. So he called me back. He say he been traveled, but I not been get the time for returning call. Now very decent people them. So and if you really no say you now somebody we respecting at this branch, if they see something like that they happen on your name, come out and say no, I am not part of this, and I'm urging every member of my party because my own purpose is for bring unity in the party. Like what you talk so. After the day after the campaign, we need everybody for come together.
Yep.
We able for make this branch a better branch. So now we go to Cheryl Omotunde Blyden. He say, please send me your number again. That the one we be say in Peking Day, the one for me to register now in our chapter.
Mankota, if you're able, you can send them my number. I don't mind for Lego Public. Now
Okay.
763.
Hold on. Let me just put another word and call 7171.
No, 763.
763
438
438
6459.
6459. All right, let me just put them, make them see them. Okay. The number, as soon as I don't see another what they call nine this, let me just scroll the. All right, it's 763 438 6459, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Correct.
so Blyden, Omotunde Blyden, at the number down there. So just take them and contact them. Now one of the best when you talk about respect within the APCUSA branch, Bakarr Bundu is one of the people that we get high respect for. So contact them. They will call. Salu say if right now Joseph Kamara and Patrick Pierce cannot speak to the Suphian Kebbie campaign team, how are they going to speak to their SLPP counterparts in the diaspora? Well, I don't know. Now interesting question, but at the end of the day, we don't want for going at the SLPP side. We want for focus first within the internal politics, because if we are not able for manage an internal politics, when a small politics, what happen if you go out there? Now the chaos now get for happen. So now we go to Sarah Bangura. Say, good job, Mr. Campaign Manager. You are the best. And Sally again, Suphian Kebbie Turay camp team. So the Suphian Kebbie camp team leaders are in total control of their campaign team. Yeah, I can understand that, because where you see, I want to emphasize now we get for know if you get for be a president or chairman of this branch, how you go able to succeed. To be honest, with people like you, Sally Contem, because you have been vice chair of this branch, and Bakarr Bundu, we know say for lead this branch is not an easy task, because you get people then way very, very highly intelligent. You know, you just fool them people then this no more, and you get to come with the best of you, and one of them thing then they is able for control the branch without intimidation. That one day they will able to make this branch able to succeed. Now, Omotunde Blyden say, God bless you. I think you don't get the number. And here is the vice chair candidate, Kebbie Turay, says, good job, Mr. Campaign Manager, and well done, Dr. Mankota, for hosting such an informative interview with the dynamic campaign manager for the Suphian Kebbie campaign team. Any comment?
Again, I mean, I just thank God and very, very humble for the opportunity we want to give me here in Suphian for lead on a campaign, because this is very important for make somebody take this down, get for do with our political life, for make wanna take them and trust them in my hands. I'm very, very grateful, and I don't take them for granted. I will try my best for do as best as I can to the best of my ability for make sure say we get to now elected and wanna move this branch so within everybody they look for making be again the trailblazer of all the branches in the diaspora. I know say with Una, we were able to come again and restore transparency, accountability, and dedication for duty, because we don't see how Una they do, how Una they work, and which Una don't do. So I'm really, really grateful. And thank you very much, President Kebbie.
So what I want, the last things the way I want for make you talk about is how if somebody want for be part of this movement where we are the type of put out there for the benefit of this branch. If you somebody want to join this team, how a good one?
Well, a very simple,
Member.
Huh?
I say if any APC member we want for join this team, how it go able for join this team?
Fortunately, make this clear. This campaign is open, transparent. In the first place, we get 3 different forums there. I open a forum where we get people where some people they don't call me personal, say then people else know the phone. I say I know. I say, but this is about APC. This is how it started. This is about APC. Whether somebody there for we or not, we don't know. But me no say na APC member. So we create a campaign forum for every APC member. And I even say, even if Joseph or Mr. Pierce want to be members of that forum, I can add them. I get that conversation with Mr. Pierce at one time, where we talk about the amount of money we would all raise and everything. I say, if you want to know mostly, I say, okay, add in at the forum. We not hide anything. So it's open to every APC member in the USA. Whether you don't come out publicly and oppose we, it don't matter. Because at the end of the day, we need you, and we know you will get for come on board when Suphian and Kebbie gets elected. So it's open, not a secret. We only get other corner areas, then strategic forums, then we discuss strategy. But if anybody want to be a member of this forum, my number then at the screen. You can contact me, you can contact the leaders them, or anybody. Is open.
Well, you get one person we just don't send it. With Musa Conte, I think from California. Where can I read about your campaign and the candidates?
We will supply. We'll give that information there. We'll give that information there. Now we campaign forum, and besides, we get audios and videos really out. Especially this recent one where we do now Washington, where the candidate can get the opportunity for explain and tell the world, not only USA, for tell the world what they stand for, what they plan for do, and how they intend for do. So all them videos then I can forward them to you for make you listen to them, because sometimes it's good for make you hear from the person himself than all we waiting at the back. They talk on their behalf. So at any time when you ready, I will send them for you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Musa just clarifies say in New York City. But let me put the number again here. The number is as you see on the screen, 763-438-4659. When I contact them, it will able for putting on the forum, because this is very, very important, because the APCUSA branch then we then say a crossroads, and we need people then we they come for can raise and up from these ashes. So we cover the glory where we once be na the diaspora as the mother of all branches na the diaspora. And for the people that way they watch when members of the, even if you're not a member of the APC, because some of them the interview are able to motivate you and come in and join the APC, because at the end of the day, you like your country. If you like your country, you want a party where go able to bring development and other stuff them. And if they look at them party, then they based on them branches. You see, then say you're able to know how strong a tree is based on the branches, right? So now the same thing, So now the number that one day. Again, 763-438-6459. Now the number that one day if you want. Mr. Campaign Manager, thank you very much for Canada program. And I just want for make an announcement again for say we'll get for talk to the manager for the candidate themselves for make them come, and we'll discuss that. We'll go announce that at the next broadcast and see what thing they do for bring them come for make them self can tell him. Again, if you want for join the campaign, now the team down there. Any last word, Mr. Campaign Manager, before I let you go?
Well, I mean, I want to tell you plenty thank you, Dr. Mankota, for this great opportunity. As I say, I want to tell President Kebbie and President Suphian plenty thank you for the opportunity they give me for serve the campaign. And to we all, I mean, the APC members, them, the USA and beyond, I mean, this particular moment here, so now a time where we need each other. We know for try for limit we serve, I mean, on self-destruction, character assassination, and interfere into people and family life. We need for come together, work together, and make sure say we move this branch here so to USA will be known for this branch. Now the mother of all the branches there. In terms of everything, we get the power, we get the resources, we get everything where you need. We ask Kunadia, let we come together with courage, strength, with determination, for let we restore respect, dignity, and make sure say this branch get the respect where it deserves. This is not the biggest opportunity this way we get at this point in time. The only thing where we need are the will, the courage, and determination for make the decision. Let me not say vote for anybody because this person is my brother or my sister. No. At this particular time, we need to make sure so we look at the people and the background and see say these people also then get all waiting we look up to in terms of transparency, accountability, and people and we really what for representing now. We brothers them on the other side. I mean they are very good people them. They don't serve this branch here, so Mr. Joseph Kamara and a fine gentleman, but at the same time, this particular moment here, so we just want to make let you know say in time don't pass, it don't serve in various capacities from the previous administration and up to this administration. You don't get anything where it go show say that this it don't do. So we ask we people, especially with brothers and sisters in the Washington metropolitan area, say this is not about a region or who you belong. This is about the APC. If you think about the country and the APC, you know, we think say okay because a candidate come on in Minnesota, we in Minnesota for vote for them. Then we look at the character of the people we would deliver for we. So I want to tell you plenty thank you, and I want to tell the viewers them all around the world, plenty thank you, and I want to let you know say we could focus we attention on positivity and avoid negativity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Campaign Manager. And like I said, the actual candidates, them, Mr. Kebbie Turay and Dr. Suphian Kallokoh, get for come. Now the next one they will get for come. I still they extend the invitation to the other side because at least you get for balance when you do stuff. So if you're not can now, okay. But actually, originally we've been decided for make some kind of I don't want to call like debate, but some kind of a discussion on a round table where the four candidates they sit down, so we all amicably and respectfully discuss within each of them candidates then they bring at the table and how they differ from each other. I think that's the decency of democratic practice when both candidates then sit down and try for explain then give their own differences why they for elect them. And hopefully Joseph Kamara and Intim Patrick Pierce can go take the invitation and realize say this is not about Dr. Mankota. Dr. Mankota, as everybody know, me an independent person, and I support anybody who I want for support. But one thing we very important, we for the past 11 years since 2010, this media now an independent media, even within the APC party, a lot of people they know me same, then don't force me to for make a change this into APC outlets. I'm out Peter saying no, because if I do then the motivation, the objective way create this, I don't dilute them. That make a lot of other platforms them, they know they go far, they fall because it is easy for tell somebody say okay change this to a mouthpiece of so thing. I they defend the APC party anywhere I go. But when I sit down here, I am neutral. And the reason what you make, you see a lot of people the way they watch, we get the APC, we get SLPP, we get NGC, we get everybody because they realize him. When I sit down here, they pull me APC cap, I put her aside, I wear the journalist cap, and they ask questions, tough questions them. So if anybody says, "Oh, you support this side," so therefore I know they go to you, that was just a big mistake, for happen at all. Because if I don't understand whether Dr. Mankota, when you see me not to APC, me not to anybody, a journalist. So thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. That was Let me just click on off first. All right. That was Mr. Bakarr Bundu. We na in the campaign manager for. Let me just pull in. I don't know what happened with me. I want to pull this, but something went wrong. Hold on, let me see. Something went wrong. We are not they see me. Wait and call again. All right, hold on, let me see. Oh, that's why. Is it? Okay, got it. All right, so let me just pull this. All right, so we know say this is not just the interview. Now let's come to politics. Let's play politics. We'll get one more hour to go. So let's play politics here. And one of the things I want to talk about is the reports. The second hour is about the reports, right? I'm talking about the audit reports. We just don't come out. Welcome back to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network coming to you live from the United States of America. Now, they can talk about the audit report when just don't come on. And this now just summaries. And I need una comment there because this now interactive program. You comment, probably you get more information about what they can talk about more than me. So therefore, when you bring down and they will able to discuss them, it will make a better discussion, right? So let's start with the suspension of the Auditor General, Lara Pierce-Taylor, where they suspend recently by the Madabio government. We discussed about that here. And one of the things I talk about when we've been discussing about this particular thing was the Madabio government made a very huge mistake. The mistake was that, it will be very suspicious, especially in this toxic environment, political environment, where everybody is suspicious of another person waiting at the other side. You as a leader, a president, you get to know what they do. If you don't know what they do, sometimes you put yourself in a very funny position where you're not supposed to put yourself in. So now it happened with the SLPP right now. When they suspend this woman, Lara Taylor Pierce, a lot of people there believe say now because of this audit report here, some people there will get internal information and say, oh yeah, they suspend them because they want to make a change within the report way in agree for change. And for the past 11 or so years, don't they see the report and they come out? And this woman was so consistent. During the time of the APC been the vilifier. We all been the vilifier, right? For say bias or something like that. It's politics, right? It's political, right? But one thing where the APC not ever do for go in and suspend the woman just because. Yeah, I know one for prejudice this what they try for do. That's a separate thing. I'm talking about the perception of the people, the public perception, and people like we will think about. The APC, with all the bad reports where this woman made again, they not ever go in and suspend this woman, irrespective of what we think about. Because we know, say, if we do even if we suspend this woman based on reality, it will be very difficult for them to prove, say, yes, this is the reality. This is why we decided to suspend this woman. And especially at a time when this woman just don't compile a report and the report is about to be published, all of a sudden, bam, suspension. This is where the SLPP always don't understand how politics they play. Not alone. And just like what I talked last week, you see, it is good for bringing people, young folks, them, because then get the brain there is still fresh, right? Then get fresh ideas. But what in the young folks there that lack a little bit is the experience, political experience, how you go maneuver, so that they go put yourself in a hole or a trap where you're not supposed to be even doing that trap there. This is exactly what happened with the SLPP. Badabio surround himself with people that were very, very young and not get the experience. And most of the time, he try to push out the people that we don't get experience, people like J.O.B., John Oponjo Benjamin, and the other folks that were there within the SLPP. We don't know what's in our politics for make them able for advice them. He bring in people like the former chief minister. I don't know, but what I understand, the former chief minister not ever actually involved in politics. He not been professor in the UK. And that's too different. Even if you're not political scientists, or at least you can forget that small experience when you did at that place for make you able for jump from one trap to another. Because the politics of Sierra Leone today is riddled with so many traps. Trap naya, trap yanda. You get for be very careful how they go around them traps then they. Now the reason is now we don't understand say this particular audit report, it indicts the very president in your office. In your office. The president in your office. And the funny thing here is, I remember in 2017 when this president's day campaign, we all remember that, right? We all remember that, right? I don't know whether they call me so from London. Anyway. What do you remember? The government is so corrupt, so why I can't, my main focus is for fight corruption. I don't say corruption get for fight back, but I determine for fight corruption, all those blah, 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 blah. And the people of Sierra Leone, okay, I don't know whether they call me so if the person where they call me, if you dip and watch from London, if you want to come in, give me a text, okay? Give me a text. I go send you the link. But they call me through my normal phone, my regular mobile phone. So I don't want to take a broadcast. So it was so persistent, and it looks like this man was determined for fight corruption. You just imagine somebody. The Sierra people are tired of these corrupt practices by our politicians. So if somebody come and say, he put in your focus on fighting corruption, you understand? A lot of people then will believe for say, well, probably let's try and see if we go able, because everybody will come, they tell you say they fight corruption, nothing. It just feel like somebody they inside the middle of the river, they try for drown. Anything where you send, where he believes say he go able to save them, they go hold them. I like my electric cable. You send it, they hold them. They hold them. Pass it, they electrocute them. So I don't blame the people of Sierra Leone too much on that, because the people are actually desperate for get a savior, somebody where they can stop these corrupt politicians. Them. So Madabi will come in and say, I'm going to be the person to stop corruption. They elect him in 2018. Come out and do what they call commission of inquiry. Some of we support the commission of inquiry with conditions. Our support was, if indeed this commission of inquiry is genuine for make them fight corruption, it doesn't matter if they indict an APC member. If it is genuine, then I will support this commission of inquiry. The commission of inquiry come in, we'll see how it goes. Then politicize them. And still, this president, they go out now, the international community, they talk about how it determined for fight corruption. And now, this particular report puts an arrow into the heart of the very strength way this government they talk, fighting corruption. Now, how the president they talk about fighting corruption when even in your office, just an office, you're not even able for controller, you not even know how for voting because I see Mohammed Ramadan Suare, Bakarr say, well, the president not only to control the resources. Okay, the president not only to control the resources, now your office, right? If that is the case, you know go blame any president. You know they blame Ernest Bai Koroma. You know they blame Tijan Kabab. You know they even blame Momo. So then kind excuse, na bogus excuse. I think what this government need for do now is for stop talking about fighting corruption, because that talk there is diluted by this report for say yes, they are hypocrites. When they say fighting corruption, they are talking about corruption will happen na the other side, not to within the young government. They don't undermine the fight against corruption. Yes, I understand. Some people then they talk say, oh, you know what? Some of the money they way they them call on this report. So it starts from 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just want to focus on waiting and talk about the presidency office, because this are the person we actually stand up and say he is the leader in fighting corruption. So let's pinpoint on that. Forget about all the other parts of the report. Okay? Just the fact that the presidency office, the indicter in this report, that alone is enough for me for make us say, stop blabbering about fighting corruption, because you are not genuine. The president is not genuine in fighting corruption. Well, Mohammed Ramadan Suare says, then go look into all the reports and make sure say anybody we found one thing, then go deal with that. We'll go see. Well, before that, actually, the report says a lot of money we then say then spend at the office of the president is not accounted for, and the report specifically puts him that money need for be returned back to the COFA. So, Mother Bill, legally speaking, you owe we. Let's forget about the other side, the other money we ambiguous na the reports. Either they not get a good accounting, that's fine. But the one way the report talks in, the money is supposed to be refunded to the co-farm. Legally speaking, that money need for go back na the co-farm. Madam, you owe that money there. If you're ready for fight corruption, put that money there back in the bank. Give them back to the treasury department. Other than that, that's what they talk about corruption again. And for the rest of the people, folks, the way still they believe say this government, because of their own government, well, now we own government all, but because now their own party did not the government, then go defend this bad behavior of this government in any way. Dude, if you are a patriotic Sierra Leonean, do the right thing, like way some of you they do the right thing against your own party, we will be in the power. Do the right thing. Stop supporting and abating bad corruption. Now, the same thing way Professor Lumumba they talk about, say, the problem with Salon for fighting corruption is not only because we're not able to fight corruption, but we only see corruption when it is on the other side. If corruption where they happen within we own party, that's a good corruption. So until we stop for think that way, it is always going to be a problem. The fight against corruption is collective. It is collective. Everybody. Whether you're in the government, you hold position at the government, or you're not the person, even the farmers then at the villages then, we therefore put our hands together collectively and fight corruption. Other than that, it is going to be a huge problem. And this report just don't highlight why corruption, the fight against corruption, is very, very tedious. Because if the people the way we we depend on, the people the way we trust for fight corruption, if them people then they that the corrupt people them, so how you go able to fight corruption? And Mother you get an opportunity, to be honest with you now, you get opportunity, a lot of opportunity when you kind of power. You get a lot of opportunity for change the trajectory. And I understand corruption is endemic in Sierra Leone, right? So anybody where they can fight corruption, genuinely, I'm talking about genuine fight against corruption. It always get a blowback, either from the closest people them, or the people that will just believe corruption is a normal circumstance of the situation. Okay, I understand that. So I'm not sitting down here and says, oh, the fight against corruption is an easy task. I'm not saying that. The fight against corruption is very, very tedious, very, very difficult. But it has to start from within. You will say, if you fight corruption, you know, for be the most corrupt person, because that's the undermine the fight where they fight. And this report just indicts Madabi for saying, if in office corrupts this way, how serious it will be in the fight against corruption? Not serious, right? It's not serious at all. All right. So Musa Conte said, Doc, we did not trust them. We entrust to fight corruption. Well, Musa, it is very, very important for me to know. Just like what I talk, the fight against corruption is collective. Therefore, be everybody put your hand together one way or the other for fight against corruption. But at least you get forget a leader. We get for stand up and say for fight against corruption. Unfortunately, in our own country, the leader we is supposed to stand up and fight corruption is not the ACC. It is the president. Because you know what? The president control everything. He control the ACC, control everything. He even control the legislature and the judiciary. So the best person for fight against corruption, where we supposed to trust is the president. So if the president where we entrust for make a lead the fight against corruption is corrupt, how will we able to succeed? We're not going to able to succeed. So this tells the people there, we always there at the corner, they try for way them, say, you know what? Everything way people they talk about is just about politics. Yes, most of it is about politics. Most of it is about politics. But at least this woman, he don't do a level best, even though they don't pull her right now, but he don't do a level best for stay out of politics, for just present the data, the facts. Now in the don't pull so, because he writes a report where they against the very man, the very people who been hailed this woman during the time of the APC party. The SLPP been they hailed this woman, they report the way been they pull against the APC. And now, then don't see the woman as the worst person that's alone. What you want a removal? I don't know. But it don't look good at all. All right, Musa say the fight against corruption becomes tedious, especially when its dispensation is not equitable. Yeah, I agree. Musa, definitely I agree with you. Here is the problem with the fight against corruption, why it is very, very tedious. When you decide for pick and choose whether they fight or whether corrupt, then you become biased. And when bias becomes the foundation of your fight, it's meaningless. So I agree with you. When you fight corruption, you get for do across the board, whether now you party or now you minister or now you secretary now your office. When you know say yes, you do something when you corrupt, you need for hold accountable. Now, Yusufu Sharif say, is these people know the meaning of auditor? Why you accepted the woman to be an auditor? Or do you only want her to audit by your recommendation? All right. Continue sending your comments. Very, very important. Okay, Yusuf Sharif. You see, within the Ambok Africa, the main thing with the Ambok Africa, Africa is a rich continent. We all know that. That is not a thing we are going to delve into too much, because we all know same. Africa is blessed with so many things. Them. Even the people, we are very, very smart. We are very, very intelligent. But one thing with the Ambok way, greed. You know, when somebody is greedy, it's actually blinded everything else around them. It's all about himself. When you choose an auditor for say make he audit, and that auditor they put a hand at that book, whether you call it the Quran or the Bible, it doesn't matter. Just like the president, he put I say, I they do within the constitution say, not within Mr. President say, I they do within the constitution say and required of me. That woman they or that man they, you don't need for go in threatening and just because he writes something against you, where at the end of the day it's not malicious, it's just not the fact. Because for example, the hotel receipt where highlighted in the report, where President Bio, according to the report, then bring out a receipt from a hotel. Then say, well, when the president travel, he lodged at this hotel and the amount of money that this way them pay. Okay? Well, the woman, now auditor, you understand, you know what he do. Because you just can't give me, you can't put receipt, say, okay, now the receipt is where I spend this money on this particular. I just they take the receipt, I take you what? I therefore look at this receipt and call that office there or the place where you say now you give the receipt for make we know that indeed you actually spend this money in that place there. So it is not malicious at all. It's a fact. It's just an investigative way for make able for prove the fact. For say yes, indeed, you actually do what you put say you do. Okay. This woman called the hotel, find out the hotel according to what you will understand. Say no, this person not ever actually well this person this particular time when they talk so he not been in at this hotel. A president of Sierra Leone, a president, let's say a minister, even if not a minister self, this is a crime. Now we no more the constitution bar from indicting or prosecuting a sitting president. But this is a crime. This is financial crime. To be honest with you, this is a financial crime. You cannot lie for making able to get money. So where this money went, we don't know. We don't know. And this was the first time this way this president they talk about they lie about a hotel payment. When I remember in Japan, when I remember right, sometimes ago in Japan, this president say Ernest Bai Koroma be left a debt in Japan. So when they go to this hotel here, then go there in the lobby, then the guy for tell them say no, we don't go give you a room until we pay this outstanding debt. What will I get? We discuss about that in this program also, right? And the second time this. Well, the Rachel, whatever, me don't understand what you decide for talk about now. Act check. I don't know. So they are writing English, so we were able to read your comments, but just writing this, I don't be able to understand what you talk about. Okay. All right. So legally speaking, and I am saying this out of ignorance, but legally speaking, if a president try for mislead an auditor general, lie, let's say, forget about the president first. Let's put the president aside. Let's say an ordinary person like me, they audit me, I lie to the auditor. You know, say then supposed to prosecute me. It's a crime. It's a financial crime. And I don't know. If you look, if you read the Constitution, I know say the Constitution protect the sitting president from prosecution. But is it possible for the people that way now legally minded people? Is it possible after the president come on power, like what thing they happen in South Africa? After the president come on power, then can then can prosecute them. I believe so. That's what I believe, right? I don't know whether you believe it or not, but this is what I believe. It is happening in the United States of America today. They are investigating Donald Trump for so many reasons. In South Africa, a former president was jailed. See? So what is the difference between South Africa and Sierra Leone? If a president commits financial crime, impropriety, when he did na power, if he come out, they're supposed for prosecutor. Because that's not the only deterrent for stop them kind of thing and they. Remember, we are talking about fighting corruption, right? I don't know. You tell me. Tell me, say, I'm wrong. I want to make you tell me, say, yes, I am wrong. The sitting president can do anything when he come on power. They not for go after him because of the things that he do na office, even to the extent of stealing the people's money. And as Kroma na in them be invite so for can talk about certain things then we then say kind of financial impropriety during the time when it been in the power. Huh? The ACC invite na their office for can talk. And the white paper also convict him for saying he commits some financial crime, so he need for pay that money there. I'm talking about the white paper convict Ernest Bai Koroma. Okay? So then don't appeal. So the case did. I believe say the same thing. All them can report here when another government come, we know to SLPP government, then get the right for look into some of them and say, hey, what is going on with this receipt? Did you return the money? Because the auditor reports tell you say if you return this money because you're not able to account properly how you spend this money. The business way you say you spend the money to that business name, the business say no. That was a lie. But always wait at the time for talk until some of we all put some of we put all we political cap aside and close we eye and forget about this Nami APC brother, this Nami SLPP brother, and say, you know what, this person caused the lives of we Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters, and therefore let's hold this person accountable for what he do. Salon no go ever stop. Let me read what Musa Conte say. Musa Conte say, one thing where we all should know is the fact that SLPP come to power with a certain mentality to showboat power and impress upon the opposition, APC in particular. The SLPP, since coming to power, has not been able to govern independently. Rather, they have been governing under the shadow of the APC. Everything they have done to them is a reflection of the APC. APC also did that, they will exclaim. Musa, like very good point where you put so. But let's discuss this point. I agree with you in some aspect, and maybe we differ in another aspect. So Musa, I agree with you. I agree with you saying the SLPP from the same way they can power, they're not able to forget any kind of an effective governing system at all. I disagree with you for say anything we can do is in the shadow of the APC, the reflection of the APC. And what I mean, actually the SLPP can destroy everything which the APC do. So it is not a reflection of the APC. Then come with vengeance. Then come can destroy the good work of the APC party. And when a government determined for do them thing, it distract them from the very purpose where they elect them. Now, in they happen at the SLPP today, so then just believe say, well, the APC is this monster, where, in the words of the first lady, not to patriotic people them. So the SLPP is more patriotic, so they therefore go after the unpatriotic people. This type of mentality now in make and they distract themselves from what they try to do. So it is not a reflection of the APC. When you say a reflection of the APC is like they can't do what in the APC they do. Then they mimic, then they palamakata what in the APC they do. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is on the opposite of the APC party. They make the first mistake when they come, then determine for go after the APC. I am not saying they should not go after the APC. It has to be done in a genuine way. And they should not even go after the APC. Let them go after the people where they make corruption in a genuine way. But no, they didn't care about whether somebody was corrupt or not. All they care about, as long as you're in APC, you're a former minister, will they go after you? That's my own opinion. Now let we go to Ibrahim Sise. The ACC has been biased in investigating issues relating to corruption, especially by government officials. Unless the government stops to remote control the commission, the fight to ameliorate corruption will never succeed. Mr. Ibrahim Sise, 100% I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Here is the differences between the APC and the SLPP. Now remember when the APC came to power in 2007, I think in 2008 or so, around that time, the first people where Anes Baikroma go after, we are the very APC ministers. This woman, we been in a fishery, what's my name? I call him, but I call him. Aja, I forget his name. We been in a fishery. And this guy, Kemosi say, the cocaine, I remember the cocaine, what they call. Yes, yeah. I know say some people say, oh yeah, Brian come back. Okay. That was in the second term. But indeed, the first term of Anes Baikroma was near perfect. I'm not saying it is perfect, but it is near perfect. Even the SLPP, they acknowledge the fact, yes, The Ernest Bai Koroma first term of office was near perfect. The reason what make Ernest Koroma in second term was a mess a little bit. After Tukaba, okay, after Tukaba, yeah. Thank you, Ahmed Tijanba. The first term of Ernest Bai Koroma, whether you know SLP or APC, you will acknowledge say it's near perfect. And that's the day we all proud, to be honest with you now, we're not being get too much right, during the end of the day, as the campaign manager for Suphian Kallokoh and Kebbie to him, tell Una, he read one of some of million articles that were been right in 2013, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. Okay, 14, 15, a lot. So we were very, very proud of at that time there, because and this actually proves say we leaders are not themselves bad in our country. We leaders are them bad and greedy. They're very, very greedy. If Ernest Koroma in first time was near perfect, what happened in second term was a mess. But forget about that. What about this person, this current president? In first term, it's a mess, completely a mess. A good leader, they learn from a predecessor in mistakes them. A good leader. You look at your predecessor and say, okay, A, B, C, D, now in this person messed up. So let me not repeat A, B, C, D, the same mistake that leader they make. Let me make an improvement so it will be better. But when a leader not able to learn from a predecessor, he's not a good leader. Let's face the facts. So yes, I agree with you, Mr. Ibrahim. The ACC, until the government pulling hand out of the ACC, yes, I agree. Now 98.1 FM. I think one of the SLPP folks been trying to talk about. This is not the first president we allow the ACC for investigate in WEF, because we they may accuse them. Come on, man. We are not children. We are not dumb. We don't say that investigation there is just a charade. We all know that. It wasn't at the investigation. It wasn't. Because immediately after they accused the first lady for say they use money, now your office where you're not supposed to use, the ACC first come, okay, that no problem. Let's go start 10 years, 11 years back and see. Right there, I don't tell you, say, there was not going to be any serious investigation. So don't tell me that, this is the first president who allow the ACC for investigating in WEF. If they're not investigating WEF, then just want for find a way then we're able to cover up what the first lady in office do. That's all. And they came up with the same outcome. Oh yeah, well, then start time. So therefore, okay, because they been doing 10, 11 years ago. So if they firstly, okay, if somebody committed a crime 10 years ago, somebody committed a crime. Let's take this scenario. If somebody committed a crime 10 years ago, okay, let's say they're not able to catch him for say yes, he committed a crime. They don't know say he committed a crime. Then if another person committed a crime 10 years later, so therefore, it is not a crime because another person may not commit that same crime then. So you see the deception where the ACC bring in. So if somebody tell me say, well, the first lady was investigated, that's a bull crap. She was never investigated. She was protected. So I agree with you. All right, Ahmed Tijan Base, APCUSA Tukaba. Let me come back to that because it's very important. When they try for compare this government and that government thing, let's compare the first term of the two governments. When Ernest Bai Koroma came the power, he begin do the good things them where even they do. For example, building roads, infrastructure, and all those type of things. You know what in the SLP people they talk? Oh, most of these things, them projects here, now Tijankaba been don't put them at the pipeline, them in at the pipeline, now for just can't implement them. That's what's the argument. That's what the excuse. Where the SLP then get. Today, the SLP don't want for make them talk, say most of the projects the way then they implement, them projects and they already been done, approved by Anes Baikuma, them in at the pipeline before Anes Baikuma left. See the hypocrisy of the politics not alone. For example, the Cornell University where the SLP they tout about today. Whoa, they go build a university in Cornell. So it's not a project where Anes Baikuma left. But if you tell SLP for saying Anes Baikuma left them projects and say, no, we don't care, it not be implemented. Well, Tijankaba not be implement them projects than the way we implement. I'm just too frank here. Let's face the fact. So if you say we're not going to talk about waiting at the Baikuma left, and let's then talk about what Tijankaba left too. But anyway, the problem here is corruption is something that the only way we'll be able to fight corruption is we get somebody way sacrificial, somebody way ethical, somebody way credible. Can any of you tell me anybody in Salon politics today way credible? Let me put that into a boat. If you sabi anybody in Salon today politics way credible, do you put in name in the comment section? Let we discuss about them people anyway. The reason I want to make at the time for make this instant polling is for let we able to see him. The fight against corruption is not actually a fight where like any other fight. It's the bedrock of development. The first way we'll be able to fight corruption is through mental. You can call them mental re-education or mental readjustment or whatever you want to call them. But first we'll get forward and call it, because right now a lot of Sierra Leoneans what then think about corruption. Then they take corruption like say something way a blockade for the progress of the country. As Alpha can say, bribery is just like when they say na cola, you give cola. Not to miss you on Alpha can say. Remember? All right. So let's read what in Alhaji Ajibu Jallo, Ajibu Tijan Jallo saying. Mamadou Kabo, former Deputy Minister, Finance, Bank Governor, and Minister of Finance. Mamadou Kabo. So now the most credible person right now. Well, okay. Let me put it in a very simple way. Credibility is in stages, right? In levels. Credibility is we can put that in stages. Yeah, Mamadou Kabo probably as somebody where they know one day he died for anything. Well, that doesn't mean he's credible. Maybe we'll not catch no more. If the bar where they set, then what about this guy? Kabbalah. What's his name? I think I've been finance minister. The one where they run right now. Call him Ajibu Jallo. Yeah. I understand. Ajibu Jallo. True. I agree with you. Now I had the time for talk about. As I say, it in levels, right? So we take out for say probably now some of the people that we find now fine person. Now somebody we now Dr. Mara. Thank you very much, Dr. Mara. Dr. Mara, now another fine gentleman we I really like. I'm not saying this because he's an APC member. No. As we all know, when it comes to corruption, me not get party. When it comes to corruption, and not mixed party, are they for the country? But when you look at Dr. Kalifara Mara and what in Ajibu Jallo say about Dr. Mamadou Kabo could be true too. You know, Dr. Mara as somebody with a nice person, very very nice, very very nice. It's a na somebody we done na the government for some time. We know there is no blemish with him, no blemish. All right. Okay, Matu say Dr. Samura Kamara APC, I think he will be a good person fixed to lead us. Unfortunately, Dr. Samura at this time, let we put na outside of this boundary because the SLPP they try for 10 term, and as long as he did na court, so we not go absolutely say yes indeed. Na a very unblemished person at this time. So let we put her aside first, okay? Let we put Dr. Samura aside first until in your case, court case, he fix. Where he fix? Yes, before the court case, now one of the other people them back will not be get no problem, will not be hearing nothing for say get problem, right? So I know. I just want for make we be sincere here. Yeah. I'm Kalifara Mara. I'm talking about Kalifara Mara, Dr. Kalifara Mara. Now somebody we not hearing nothing from it. That don't mean say in not get problem. We're not able for detect anything yet. So therefore, let we put on this what they call Mamadou Kabo. We're not hearing nothing. Say he command the power. Kalifara, the same thing. And who's one again? Dr. Timbo, former member of parliament and minister of labor. Dr. Timbo. I don't make lab begin. Lab begin go inside them people are their private profile. Oh. All right. I agree. I agree. Dr. Sama Banya, he did not even build a house or buy a house for himself, even though he served in different governments. Oh, yeah. These are some of the people. These are some of the people where I let for area about, you know. So this they tell me, say, yes, probably we'll get people them. You see, sometimes now small dot of poison, and they poison the entire ocean. You know, maybe the people that within the politics based on what they are from. You see, now that make it very important for now do interaction with your viewers then, because sometimes what you don't know, the viewers don't know, when I go able to learn from each other. All the names here, me might not be good with them, to their names here at all. You know, I am just so thinking about the people the whole way that they don't holla about all this type of thing. They think about that. But some of their names here, it makes me get hope for say yes. Maybe there are people where in Sierra Leone where they actually serve with integrity and credibility. Dr. Samabaya, yeah, I remember about this Dr. Samabaya. I know hearing nothing from her actually. I was just surprised for saying not even build a house for himself. That's interesting. In a unique person. If this is what Lucretia Banks talk is true, now a very unique person. Because one of the problems we will get today in Salon politics is a teacher wait a minute they pay 1 million loans, where you go to parliament within 6 months, he get a $100,000 home, or maybe more. So a person like this, and Samabaya, I think say it been a practice medical, right? So I just wonder why you're not supposed to get a home. But in any case, if that is the case, that is interesting. Now, Ahmed Tijan said Dr. Samora is one of the few free corrupt politicians. Again, I tell you, Ahmed Tijan, we not go for certainty for say yes, indeed, because there's some people they try for 10 time out. The man is in court. So how can you say so? Until proven, well, right now, he's innocent, right? But the fact that he is in court, there is no certainty for say yes, they know will find him guilty. If they find him guilty, what thing go for do? So now that make us say, Lord, we put outside Let's put on a separate place for us. Before that, before the indictment, yes, indeed, one of the people the way I've been talks him on blemish. But the fact that they don't indict him, we can send a political indictment or whatever. But it is very important for me to take and put in a small box. We put on there for us. We keep them until we see what thing they go on. So we're not going to say he on blemish. We're not going to say back a blemish. So now we just put another box there first. Now let we go to the late Jambody for development. Who is Jambody? Tijanjalo Ajibu. Maybe I missed that. Okay. Mayor Akisoya. Okay. Maybe we put on at the edge. Mayor Akisoya would put on at the edge because right now I believe say there's some kind of secret investigation where they go on with Akisoya. But that don't mean say a blemish, no. But now we put on at the edge, very close to Dr. Samura, where they don't indict already, very close. So they put her just inside the boundary. They did at the corner of the gates, okay? Because I then get some, which I understand, secret investigation where they go on about this mayor, okay? Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Oh, yeah. Well, in fact, to be honest with you, Dr. Sylvia Blyden is one of the, for now the only person within all the people that will done with them consume, where in fact they call them and commission of inquiry and they will come out clean. So no matter how we think about Sylvia Blyden, whether we think say Sylvia Blyden na stubborn woman, na this, na that, but when it comes to incredibility, I give them kudos to them, because you know why? The SLPP want for nab this woman, but they're not able to forget anything. So in Sylvia Blyden is tested and proven to be a worthy woman. Yeah, it gets what they call. Some people do not like her because it's too mouthy or too frank. But I get high respect for Sylvia Blyden. High respect, to be honest with you. Me, if I be president, Sylvia Blyden, some of the people there where I go come near. A lot of people in the talks. You know what? Now so me they are very stubborn when it comes to the truth and facts. A lot of people they don't know that now the APC USA. They don't say are very stubborn when it comes to the fact. I know they compromise with integrity. So people like Sylvia Blyden, if I become president as alone, maybe I go put on some side because I believe say it don't already prove say for say yes. You know, remember they may accuse them, right? They may accuse them that make the SLPP when they can of power then try for inviting at the commission of inquiry. But you go sit down there with confidence because you know say you know they call anything anyway. Now let's go to Rukusha. Dr. Samabaya, he is a medical doctor. The children just helped to finish the house he is now. Oh, Samabaya is still alive? Oh wow. Yeah, I don't see why I've been the bottom. Wow. Maybe na woman, na man way I want for interview na this program. I want for make I get some kind of insights and how he able for do what he do so. Definitely. If somebody gets his number, do I let it pass them to me? I want for interview. I don't know if I've been on interview before. All right. What about me? I'm a politician in my own right. I am unblemished, patriotic, unbiased, and no nonsense. What about me? Well, okay. We'll go see Musa content. We'll go see. I know. We talk about this. The one they waiting in a salon right now. Not you waiting in American. I am. You know. So we'll go see. All right. Jambody is Minister of Finance under Pakaba, Minister of External Affairs and Internal Affairs, Joseph Bandale Dauda. Oh, okay. Okay, now they call Jambody. Okay. Well. Hi. Well, see, it's great that we get some of them people. So he is against all what is going on in the SLPP. That is Dr. Samabaya is an old man now. Yeah. Because don't say ways maybe in the area, but so I've been feeling self he don't pass. But okay. Now may God gang good health, now in old age. Now some of them people here we want our country. Unfortunately, we get people the way now. I don't want to call somebody saying a dumbass, but I think I can say idiots, right? You okay for say idiots? We get idiots politicians them. Okay. All right. Ajibu Jalo, hold on a minute. Not to every yeah, I understand what the time for talking. I'm talking about high profile people their way. Not to everybody now way because a good minister a commodity, they not investigate time, so therefore it not come up to some corruption it in level. Like, go I say corruption it in level. And some of them people yeah, me I just the old them call anyway. JB Dauda. Yeah, now in Ajibu Jalo we talk about JBD. Is it not you mean JB Dauda? Now JB Dauda they talk about Musa. I'm sure he also went up to vice president under Momo. I think that not all the same thing. Ajibu Jalo they talk about Jambody. Yeah, I think that the same person, Joseph Bandala Dauda, not the same person. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, JB Dauda. Yeah. So these are some of the people who are supposed to celebrate. Somebody where don't go serve with dignity and ethics and credibility. Let's start celebrating these people because if we always they focus on people that win and nonsense, what would they call idiots people them where they just destroy the country. Then look, a lot of people who are this the list today. So some of them after they don't serve, will not even hear it, but they again because the idiots are actually then on social media they promote tribalistic and regional folks them where they not give a damn about the progress of the country. So some of the people who support for the celebrate. Let's highlight some of the good things when they do. Sometimes the other one, the way they come, then we're able to inspire from them kind of people, yeah. Like JB, the way they talk about Jambo, the way they talk about, Dr. Kalfara Mara and Mamadou Kagbo. Are these people really, 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 really unique now with international politics? Yes, they are. They are. Definitely. These are the people where I want for good talk for make I able to learn from them. So people like where they come and tell me same they made the head for fight against corruption, but it corrupt past the people the way they accuse, unfortunately. Now, Doctor, this government just wants to tarnish Dr. Samura's credibility. They don't have any evidence of corruption against him. He is one of the few politicians who has served all governments since NPRC, SLPP, Akaba, and APC, EBK. He has never been accused of corruption except this power government. Well, that is the problem there. That except. I know one for put her inside the circle of them fine people here. I agree with you. It might be some kind of a political motivation. It might be. So I don't deny the fact. But unfortunately, with all the good things we would all hear about Dr. Samora, he's in court. And you know what tell me say somebody within a court, whether they accuse him wrongly or rightfully, as long as then we don't know what's in the outcome of the case, let we put another box there first. Let it get there until we find out. Unfortunately. Please do invite him. Send someone to SLPP office to get his number when you invite him. Ask about his brother that never go back to Freetown. Or are you talking about JBD? Bandele? You're talking about Jambody? JB Dauda? Yeah. Okay. I go try. I go see. There's some of the people where we left for celebrate their own achievements. Well, how do you do that? Because the reason what to make some of them people that we need for talk to them for learn from them. One of the problems we're gonna salon is the moment you go to power, if you commodity, what you we know about, if you commodity, you didn't have power, you commodity, you begin struggle again, then say you're not a halaki person. Look at that like him, man. He be minister, so look at now, the worker, not even get bicycle. So the system actually force people then for make them become corrupt. So if somebody like this able for bypass this influence of corruption, now somebody where I left for talk to make her able learn from her, and the young folks are also able learn from them. So yeah, um, um, okay. Oh, you're talking about Dr. Samabanya. Okay, Dr. Samabanya. All right, I will ask some folks now, the SLPP, for make that able to get the number. For make I able, if I go able to talk to her. I've been to talk to one SLPP guy, Kelly something. Now in been the right. I've been write a lot of articles most of the time. I forget what's my name. Now engineer. I get his number anyway. I will able to ask. Maybe I will ask John Benjamin, because I get John Benjamin number. I will ask him and tell me to get his number for what they call. But anyway, we don't come to the end of this program. One of the things I just want to left with Una today is the fact that the fight against corruption, now a fight where we not for lose. If we lose the fight against corruption, we did lose we country. Yeah, this is very important, my brothers and sisters. And the fight against corruption, not to one man fight, not to one political party fight, not to one region fight, not to one section fight, not to one tribe fight. Now every region, every political party, every tribe, then you fight this. Because we are all involved in these corrupt practices. Start from Kallokoh district all the way to Gambia. So we should not lose this fight. Let's forget about Madabio for now, because Madabio is coming and going. Right? Here they go. Madabio they go. Whether they go in 2023 or they go in 2028. But Madabio is going. But the corruption problem still they remain. Unfortunately, we were expecting Madabio at least for minimize, for reduce this corruption. Then the next person when they come after him, they can't finish the fight. But it doesn't seem like he is the Moses of Sierra Leone for come finish fight against corruption. But the future of Sierra Leone belongs to all of us. Whether they not alone, they not the diaspora, it belongs to us. So let's make a good use of them. Okay? One of the things we will get for stop, that will now bring in the national interest into the political, the party interest. The moment then they collide, you have to take a side. There is no way where you will able to be in both sides for opposite things them. It's not possible. When two things are opposite from each other, you cannot be on both sides. No, it's not possible. You have to take a side. And I'm expecting every Sierra Leonean to take the side of the country when it comes to that situation. Okay? So let's continue. Doc, if I understand you correctly, is it your take that because you have not been caught in an outside romance, it means you know how to hide, and not that you are far from being unfaithful to a wife? Well, no. That's not down at the time for talk about Ajibu. No, without it, I just talk say there are levels of integrity, right? I agree with you. What you talk. The fact that we're not able to forcate somebody from corruption, so that don't mean say it corrupts. So let's take that for be a tentative assumption we'll get, right? Because we'll not be no say then they indict Samura, some of you, except I'm talking about myself. And I would never thought of that kind of scenario than the way then they indict Samura, because Samura was, first of all, unpopular for most people. They're outside of the realm of politics until 2017, right? Even though it don't start for over 30 years. So we don't know. But again, that will take something a day with a pinch of salt for say yes. For now, you did inside the boundary. All the one the women I don't talk about. So I believe say they're all they inside the boundary of integrity and credibility. Now that make I want for make we celebrate them. But the fact that Samura is already been indicted, whether wrongfully or rightfully, we get for put another outside the corner, we can say, we'll get the gate, we'll get the security by the gate. Then outside of the security, the small cell dealing, they'll put Samura there for some tell them that one they done the indictment done. I'm not saying he's guilty. No, 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 no. I know say probably this is nothing but a politically motivated stuff, right? But it's very unfair for put with somebody who don't know why they indict at all. Okay. I don't even put Anes by Koromadi. No. And when I say none of them know the way actually mention Anes Koromadi name. Right? So if that's the case, then let's pray for those people who don't serve genuinely for the country. And Samura come out with a press release, right? Lucretia say ask John Benjamin for his number, Dr. SS Banya for the number. Yeah. I go ask Joby. Joby, I get your number. Joby and Joby, we can talk sometimes. So yeah. Joby don't come at this program many times. We been be as chairman for the SLPP. I go ask him. Okay. So let's pray for those who actually left the country for make the we just need one person way good, way they lead the country, and that's it. No. I'm talking about somebody way credible, somebody who don't compromise in credibility at all. If we get time, but look at Tanzania. Tanzania is a test case for any African country. Magufuli, what did he do? He did it how many years? Within 5 years, he don't try to transform Tanzania into a beacon of Africa. And we all know saying he not take too much of that. I mean, somewhere somebody was talking about with that now up to 3 point something billion dollars. Ajibujalo, how much money, how much that way the APC left before we come on a power? How much that way the country been get? Because if we get now about 3 point something billion dollar external debt, I just imagine. I remember I think when they talk about $1 billion or 1.5 billion. Now it will be in what they call. So if actually that's true for saying now 1.5 billion or 1.6, I don't remember again, but I think it was about 1.5, 1.6 billion. So if it is now up to 3 point something billion. So in 3 to 4 years, Mother Bill don't trust all this money. Where's this money go? Hey, they talk no more. So talk no more about Mother Bill, it is a big problem. This if you come under power, the APC can under power. I like now inside hole you go hide. So and this now they make a lot of time African leaders they need to come under power. Now because of them, because you go down entangle himself so much that the phrase way you come under power, it end up in jail or end up killed. So it affect anyhow for make it still in power. If Mother Bill change numbers, sometimes we will get amnesty. You get 1.5 years for make it change. We will give you amnesty. Who kind of power? Because an eye for an eye, you know what thing ever happen, the entire society will be blind. And we don't want for going at that circle there. You one person come, he can't revenge, the other person come but he can't revenge. So and we don't want deep and that circle there. I think say if the APC can have power, then go try for unite the country because that's the only way we're able to make progress in the country. Anyway, now Haji Bujalo, I'm not sure of the figure. What I will tell you are debt to GDP ratio was 20 to 25%, while it is now over 75%. Oh wow. Hmm. Wow. All right. If we GDP, if we debt now is over 75% of our GDP. How many years we left for we for make we get 100% of our debt? 2 years. All right, 25%. Now we get about 75%. It's almost about 50%, right? In 3.5 years. We don't accumulate 50% of with GDP the debt. But the question we will get for ask ourselves is, where this money go? No, seriously. Seriously. Let me just ask ourselves, where this money go? If we take 11 years, forget about 25% of our GDP, the debt. Then Mother will take 3.5 years, you get about 50%. What happened to the next 7 years? So 100% of our GDP will be equivalent to with debt. Or with debt go equivalent to 100% of our GDP. But then Mother will just tell we say yes, indeed, now this I don't do. This amount of money now we don't spend. So do 70% of the last posted GDP figure, and that will give you the debt figure. I will also interest you to know that the IMF had us rated medium debt stress level, and now we are at the high debt stress level. We can no longer be able to borrow at an attractive interest rate. Well, let's don't borrow. Do not borrow. Let's do this. Let's do this, Adi Bujalo. Let's talk to the people of Sierra Leone. Well, not to under Madabio, because Madabio, he don't lose in chance. When we come back in the power, let's talk to the people of Sierra Leone. 1 year. I'm talking about 1 year. Or maybe let's put even 2 years. No external debt. If Nagari we soak for it for 3 years, now we soak the carry and eat them. Now we accumulate enough money for make we able to do well. The work. Because at the end of the day, that money they self reform. Right now, what they do, what thing they happen as alone. With the trust money, we pay debt. With the trust under, we pay under. We trust under, we pay under. Now that one we depend on. Salon is going to a bankruptcy. Anyway, you see how sorry Salon is, and you get some dumbass way in on social media all the time they talk about. They talk so much nonsense. The country is going to bankruptcy, and they still defend the corrupt people. Then they defend them. Sorry. No. Sometimes you just they wonder why in the first place Africans are like that everywhere. What in they going with the African race? Everywhere you go, that's the same problem. You go to the Caribbean, you get the same problem. You go to Africa, you get the same problem. What is going on with the African race? Maybe now something where I get for discuss. Maybe now I get to make a special program from what is going on with the African race. What actually happened? Something went wrong. I know something went wrong. I just don't know what is that. But this is beyond human intellectual you know thinking. We run a deficit budget at all time. 40% of is funded from domestic resources mobilization. 40% support from international partners, and the rest is debt. Now, that spending has increased and continue to increase. Our debt figure will continue to soar. Unite the country, doc. Unite the country, doc. When the thieves of nation will be flying all over the world, lavishing our money. Peace without justice is no peace. The SLPP shall return our money. Yeah, I know. Musa, I know. The SLPP, we have to hold them accountable for what they do. Okay? But the first thing, like what I've been talking at one time now, when you before you hold somebody accountable, first hold yourself accountable. Let's hold our conscience accountable. Because the SLPP, then they do this, if everybody know they support them, then they change. But you get a cross section of the society, we're ready for die for support the injustice. So change comes from within. A lot of people now social media, especially within the APC arena. Some of them say they don't even understand what that man concern. Because today, and they come against SLPP if SLPP government, if they do good, tomorrow I chastise them. Today, they come and they praise the APC, if they do good, tomorrow I chastise me own party self. So people are confused about Mankota. Well, some people. But a lot of people, before a lot of people are confused about me. Now a lot of people don't understand who I am. They just know say I am patriotic. If a government come in power and do the right thing, they praise you. They praise you. It doesn't matter whether that government's in the party or the opposition. No, they praise you because it's all about Sierra Leone. Some people then are confused. I had someone told me the last time, Dr. Mankota, you're a unique somebody. I don't really understand what I know. Just be patriotic. You will understand what I mean. If you become patriotic, I'm not talking about hypocrisy. I'm talking about genuine patriotism. You will understand what I'm Dr. Mankota. I joined a political party not based on the political party. I joined a political party based on the country. I'm just using the political party ideology for propel the country go before. The moment you get this concept in your mind, you will able to see the reality, and you will able to see things in a bifocal way, bifocal lens. You see under, and you get this 90-degree angle of vision. It will be easy for you for make you understand which I made it. But when you get this singular way of thinking, now one side at the look normal, maybe 30% of my vision, this side normal. So all the other 60%, I'm not even talking about them the 360 degree, just the 90 degree. If you only get 30% of vision, then you're not going to see most of the things the way they happen around you. And you're not going to see the reality of your humanity or things that are outside of your vision. But when you get a 90% angle, 90%, you see both sides, you see this. So all this area are the same. It's easy for making you able to look at the perspective of each person and try to comprehend their perspective and become a better person. You see? So people will talk say, Dr. Mankota, I don't understand them. Just do it. Just take this concept to argue. Try for put yourself in a 90-degree radius. Your vision should be in a 90 degree. When your vision is just in a 30 degree, you become handicapped. You become more limited in terms of concept, in terms of intellect, in terms of perception. Okay? Well, I don't put another 20 minutes into the program today. That's a lot of talk. So it's time for us to say goodbye. I know say I can sit down here for another 1 or 2 hours. People just want to listen. And hopefully we all be able to learn from each other. One day we all go see. One day we all go put hands together for fight against corruption in that country. We able to do them. We able to do them. We just need sacrifice. And sacrifice not an easy thing at all. Especially things where you don't believe in, things where you don't do for decades. For just left them thing they need no more. Not an easy thing. But I am hopeful. Salon one day will become a better place, a paradise, as it's supposed to be. Thank you very much. Good night. Goodbye.